Buenos días, clase. Voy a hablar sobre 05.01. ¿Qué está sucediendo con nuestro ambiente? Okay, so this one is 06.01. What's going on with our environment? So, ¿qué está sucediendo con el ambiente? No matter what part of the world you live in, natural disasters are a reality, and you can have lasting effects on the environment. It's important to be prepared for the types of natural disasters that could affect you. Here is the biggest piece, the general theme of this lesson, as well as this is your opportunity to get your note guide. You click your note guide link here. You can print it and just write on into the notes on it, or you can save it and it will save as a Word document so that you can edit it yourself in your Word document in a Word, and you can also write in your own notes in there if in your tablet or on your computer or phone, whatever works easier for you. So just get that note guide because it's going to be important for it'll help you with your assignment at the end. All right, so we're going to go to the next section. Click over to the next tab. And it says El desastre natural. ¿Sabes qué es un desastre natural? Algunos desastres naturales como el huracán, el terremoto, el tornado y el incendio son partes del ambiente donde vivimos. ¿Conoces las causas de estos desastres naturales? Get ready to learn more about the environment and some natural disasters. So you can click here if you want to see the English. You can always click this globe under certain sections of chunks of Spanish in your lessons, and it will pull up the English if you would like to look through that. Again, this is kind of the same format as your previous lessons. This is how your new vocabulary words are presented to you in this format. It's actually great because it's very interactive, and I hope that you have done this previously. I'm going to show you really quickly what it looks like. This is, so you can click through the vocabulary words like this, okay, and it goes through that whole chart. You don't have to click in and out of this window. So you have different vocabulary words, and it gives you an example with a picture. It gives you the Spanish word. It gives you the English word. It has an example of its use in a sentence. So it says, El terremoto fue fuerte. The earthquake was strong. So you can also hear it. So if you click the audio here, it will...
El terremoto.
El terremoto. Okay. So if you open this will actually let you practice your pronunciation. So if you go here, graba is record, and I have to go close to my thing, otherwise it doesn't hear me, so use my forehead. So graba el terremoto. Ooh, it didn't get my L in here. So what's really good about this is that it has it'll show you right here what they think you said. So for example, if you were like let's just do a bad version. El terremoto. Okay, so it's going to think you said cherry motion. Okay, so if you so anyway, try again. El terremoto. Okay, so then it heard me this time and it gave me a good score. So if it goes all the way to green, then you got a good score and you said it correctly. And then you can practice it over and over until you get it, which is a really great thing to have because if you're learning Spanish virtually, you don't get a lot of chances to speak it in person with me or to hear me speak it in Spanish class. So it's a great opportunity to practice your pronunciation. So you can click through all of those and practice your vocabulary that way. Okay. Again, this is down here is going to show you that you need to pull out your note guide and take some notes here. So that is what those links are for, to remind you that to get out your note guide, and it gives you another opportunity to get your note guide if you haven't already printed it or saved it. So down here are your cognates, and you can click on these, and they will.
La avalancha.
La avalancha, okay?
El clima.
El clima. So la avalancha is avalanche. El clima is the climate. Okay, so these are cognates are words that look the same in English as they do in Spanish, and they have the same meaning also. So, okay, then you have below you have more in advancing your knowledge of foreign language. This has a great tool to show you where how language varies depending on what countries. And so this is kind of the international Spanish form of Spanish, what the vocabulary word would be. And here are different versions of the words in different countries. So this is like Puerto Rico. El temporal is the same as el huracán. Okay, so just examples. So good way to like learn about different languages. And it has here like international Spanish, and PR is Puerto Rico. Okay. Okay, so then you go to your next section. And it says, Atención. Natural disasters can affect people, property, animals, and the geography of a region. Read about the causes and effects of some natural disasters. So I am not going to read through all of this, but you can read through this. I would read through it in Spanish at least once. 2 times would be best. And you can kind of see what you understand just by reading it. And then if you need extra help, you can pull out the English right there. So I'm not going to read through those just because so this video is not super long. But that's important to read because it's all about natural disasters in Spanish. So this is your new grammar, Gramática Nueva. That's Gramática Nueva right there. Regular verbs in the present progressive tense. So present progressive tense is one of my favorite tenses. It's very easy to understand as an English speaker, how to kind of formulate it. So you'll use the present progressive tense to describe an action that is happening now. The present progressive tense is generally formed using estar. So you have the verb estar in the present tense plus a present participle. Okay, so in Spanish, present participles end in endo, endo, which is the equivalent of using the ing suffix in English. Like eating is a present part is your, what am I trying to say? Present participle. So eating, brushing, drinking, things like that. So all those are present participles. The form of present participle for regular verbs, you use the following endings. So if it's an AR verb like hablar, ends in AR, you would say hablando. Okay. The regular verbs ending in ER and IR over here are yendo. So comer is an ER verb, so you do comiendo. Vivir is an IR verb, so it's viviendo. Okay. So your examples here are Federico le está hablando a su clase sobre el ecoturismo en Costa Rica. So it has your English right here. Federico is talking to his class about ecotourism in Costa Rica. So it says estar plus present participle. So because you're talking about Federico, it's third person singular. So it's está hablando. Ellos están aprendiendo sobre el ambiente. They are learning about the environment. Están aprendiendo. Okay. So they're taking the verb aprender, which is an ER verb, and they're changing the ending to yendo. So it's aprendiendo here. Tú estás viviendo en una casa con daños a la propiedad. You are living in a house with property damage. So it says estás, because you've got that to here. You need the to form of the verb. Estás viviendo. Okay. And again, this is pointing out, get your note guide out to take your notes. Okay. All right, let's go to the next section. So again, this is going into more regular verbs in the past. This is in the past progressive tense. So if an action was in progress in the past, you will use the past progressive tense. This emphasizes that the action was in progress at a time in the past. The past progressive tense is generally formed using estar plus a present participle. So exactly the same kind of format as before, but you're just putting it in the past tense. And luckily, the only thing you have to put in the past tense is the estar verb. Okay. The one reason I really thought this was very easy in when I was learning Spanish in like the early stages of Spanish is because all you really need to conjugate is estar, and you just need to know what the other verb is, but you don't need to know how to conjugate the other verb, which was to me made life easier. Like it'd be like, I am eating soup. Like I knew how to say I am because it's one of the first things you learn in Spanish 1, but I didn't really, but sometimes I wouldn't really remember like how to conjugate eating or to eat, comer. So just knowing how to conjugate estar is a huge hurdle. And then you can just add the infinitive of the verb. You can change the infinitive to a past present participle, which changes it into comiendo, aprendiendo, hablando, things like that. So your examples here for past progressive tense, they are putting this in preterite. Okay, so it says, ayer estuvieron admirando la vegetación al lado del lago. Yesterday they were admiring the vegetation next to the lake. Estuvieron admirando. Javier, estuviste decidiendo cómo conservar los bosques el mes pasado. Javier, you were deciding how to conserve the forest last month. Estuviste decidiendo. Okay, so just giving you lots of like examples of that. Let me make sure I have enough time here. Okay, not that much. All right, so luckily that's all. I've already covered all the new content. What's coming up in the next few pages is your practice sections, and that's kind of for you to work through on your own. This gives you an opportunity to create your present participle. So it says, write the correct form of preparar as a past participle. Well, we know it's an AR verb. So we go in and we say, so we need ando, A-N-D-O. So we take off the AR and we put in preparando. Okay. And it says, yay, you did it right. Okay. So that is how you practice that. And you can go through the 5 slides here that give you practice in that. Then your next section, I think, is usually another review game. Oh no, this is about natural disasters in Ecuador, Puerto Rico, and Florida. And you can read through those on your own. It's got the Spanish, and it's got lots of pictures in here for you to see what they're talking about. It's all in Spanish. And then if you go over these words that are highlighted, it actually tells you what those words are, because they're probably like newer words or more advanced words. And then you have the English here as well to look at. Okay, so let's go to the next section. I don't want to run out of time and have to make like 2 parts of this video. So again, this is another review game. So that's a fun activity you can do on your own. And then it says, felicidades, congratulations. This is everything you should know how to do by now, or at least have practiced in this lesson. And if you have any questions about anything in this lesson, your assessment in this is multiple choice. So if you have any questions about any of those questions, just let me know. I'm happy to help you. I hope this was helpful. A little overview of what this lesson has inside. And please reach out if you need help or you have any questions.